Wolves apply relentless pressure to their target through repeated waves of pursuit. The pack moves as a coordinated force, steadily closing the distance. Sudden shifts in direction gradually remove every chance of escape. Even other predators remain cautious as wolves begin to accelerate. And as the chase reaches its peak, which side will give in first? Wolves are among the most highly organized predators in the Northern Hemisphere, ranging from taiga forests and rocky mountains to frozen grasslands. With adult weights reaching around 110 pounds, they track scent, footprints, and shifting wind patterns through sharp and reliable instincts. Through precise coordination and strong pack discipline, wolves do more than create pressure. They keep entire ecosystems active, alert, and constantly adapting. For this reason, wolves remain a vital link in maintaining the balance and movement of the wild. In North America, caribou stand as a symbol of endurance and long-distance migration. They often travel more than 1,100 miles each year, crossing deep snow, strong winds, and vast open terrain with almost no shelter. An adult can weigh around 410 pounds, with wide hooves adapted for soft snow, thick fur for insulation, and large antlers that remain visible across the frozen landscape. That migration route frequently brings caribou into wolf territory, especially during winter, when energy becomes increasingly limited. Wolf packs do not rely on strength alone. They observe quietly, keep their distance, and study the movement of the herd with patience. Their gray-white coats blend into the snow, allowing them to close the gap before applying pressure. As the terrain shifts into rough snow ridges, confusion begins to spread. The caribou change direction repeatedly, while the herd formation stretches apart in the freezing wind. Wolves quickly accelerate, creating pressure that separates the group. With careful timing, the hunters push an isolated target farther behind before moving in with controlled precision. The pursuit eventually comes to an end across the endless white terrain. But when summer arrives, the grasslands reveal a different kind of encounter. As the snow disappears and the land opens, caribou often gather in large herds across open ground. Wolves rarely ignore this opportunity, especially when a younger animal moves away from the group. For a lone wolf, pursuing a full-grown caribou requires significant energy and endurance. Through persistence and strong stamina, wolves gradually gain the advantage. It becomes another lesson of survival repeated across the wild. Ungulates have always held a vital place in the gray wolf's diet. In Yellowstone, elk remain one of the wolves' most important food sources, accounting for a large portion of their successful hunts. But elk are far from defenseless. Standing nearly 6 feet tall at the shoulder and carrying antlers that can spread close to 5 feet wide, they are powerful enough to make even grizzly bears cautious during tense encounters. Yellowstone becomes a winter refuge for elk, where snow covers the valleys, and every movement drains valuable energy. As the herd moves across deep snow, the wolves do not charge directly into the center formation. Instead, they surge forward in short bursts, reaching nearly 40 miles per hour, then quickly shift angles to identify the weakest rhythm within the herd. The objective is never the entire group, but a single animal that falls slightly behind within the movement. One wolf applies pressure from the flank, while another maintains pursuit from behind, forcing the elk to change direction through the heavy snow. Just one moment of lost balance can change the outcome entirely. The pursuit ends quickly, reflecting the harsh rhythm of winter itself. But nature sometimes creates opportunity in unexpected ways. A lone elk, closely followed by wolves, may move near a bison grazing ground. Driven by strong territorial instincts, the bison suddenly surge forward, leaving the elk exposed for a brief moment. The wolves immediately recognize the advantage. A rare source of energy like this can help sustain the pack through many difficult days without success. The intelligence of wolves lies in their ability to read the environment and adjust their strategy with precision. Watching a disciplined wolf pack in motion feels like observing one of nature's most coordinated systems at work. If caribou symbolize migration, then bison represent the enduring giants of the North American plains. They are the largest land mammals on the continent, with adult males weighing more than 1,200 pounds and carrying massive muscle structure, along with curved horns, reaching nearly 5 feet in length. For wolves, bison are not easy targets, but a constant test between pack strategy and raw power. During the Yellowstone winter, the howl of the lead wolf carries across the frozen landscape, signaling the start of another search for food. More than 25 wolves move in formation under the guidance of experienced pack leaders. As deep snow makes grass harder to reach, bison spend longer periods feeding and gradually become less alert. That is when the wolves begin selecting older and weaker adults as potential targets. No reckless charge takes place. The wolves spread out, maintain distance, and continuously shift direction to test the reactions of their target. The bison immediately turn to face the threat, lowering their heads and using bodies weighing over 1,200 pounds like living barriers. One sudden movement from horns nearly 15 inches long can force a predator backward in an instant. But as exhaustion slowly drains the target's strength, the wolves begin relying on coordinated pressure and precise timing. Even an attempted rescue from another bison can disrupt the herd's formation, creating the moment the wolves have been waiting for. Another encounter becomes more intense when a young bison falls behind while crossing a river. Behind it, the wolves move through the water with strong swimming ability, applying steady pressure as the young animal struggles to keep pace with the herd. But the bond between mother and calf on the plains is not easily broken. The mother quickly turns back, placing herself between the young bison and the pursuing predators. Her powerful defensive response forces the wolves to withdraw. This time, the pack's hunting strategy gives way to the mother's successful defense. Wolves may fail in a single encounter, but they rarely abandon an entire hunting season. Because in nature, success does not always belong to the strongest, but to those that know when to wait for the right moment. In the wild, dominance is measured not only by strength, but also by scent, tracks, and territorial boundaries. The grizzly bear is an opponent that very few predators are willing to challenge directly. An adult can weigh hundreds of pounds, run close to 45 miles per hour, and carry claws nearly 3 inches long that serve as powerful natural defense tools. Because of this, gray wolves rarely rush into direct confrontation with a grizzly bear. When winter drives temperatures lower, every unit of energy becomes increasingly valuable. Wolf packs often rely on harassment tactics, spreading out from multiple directions, moving in close, then quickly retreating to force the bear to constantly reposition itself. Encounters like these rarely produce a clear outcome. They resemble a controlled contest where the bear depends on strength, while the wolves apply patience, coordination, and steady pressure. In Yellowstone, a smaller but equally agile rival of the wolf is the coyote. When a coyote enters wolf territory or approaches a food source, the pack quickly closes the distance and controls its movement. In the wild, maintaining control over living space can be just as important as the hunt itself. Beneath the Arctic sky, where temperatures can drop close to -45 degrees Fahrenheit, the survival of wolf pups depends on the discipline and endurance of the adults. To feed the young before the harsh winter fully sets in, The pack must patrol territories spanning more than 450 square miles, sometimes traveling nearly 35 miles in a single day while searching for food. Across the endless white snowfields, one of their rivals is the Arctic hare, a species capable of reaching speeds near 40 miles per hour. As the hare constantly shifts direction through sharp zigzag movements, the wolves do not chase without control. Instead, they spread their formation, cut off escape paths, and attempt to guide the target toward deeper snow, where movement becomes more difficult. The first pursuit may fail, but for wolves, failure is never the end. Every slip, every lost track becomes information for the next attempt. In a place where winter leaves almost no room for mistakes, true strength does not come from a single burst of speed, but from the ability to learn quickly, coordinate precisely, and persist until the final moment. In the wild, wolves stand as a symbol of pack strategy. They maintain steady pressure with strong endurance, gradually testing an animal's stamina over time. Even larger predators rarely underestimate a pack of wolves. If you enjoy the wild world, be sure to follow the channel for more encounters from nature.